Hey guys, in this video I wanted to show you my newest creative map. This is an aim map and the rooms are set up to create certain situations that will help you practice like different aspects of aiming in Fortnite. If you find this course helpful, please do remember to drop a like on this video, comment down below what type of course you want to see next, and use code evolve-jake in the Fortnite item shop. The first room is just a wall with a bunch of targets that pop up and then pop down at different times. You basically just have to shoot the targets on the wall. It's very simple, very straightforward. This is actually pretty difficult to do. Well, not pretty difficult, but like you have to be somewhat fast to react to them because they pop up and pop down. If you're a console player, try not to just ADS spam here because you'll actually just lock onto like the pole portion of the target rather than hitting the target itself. So make sure you're actually aiming and practicing aiming to hit the targets. The second room is a walkway that's full of ice, and then you just spray targets as you slide by. This is meant to practice hipfire with the SMG or the shotgun, but you mainly want to be hipfiring on these targets and just transitioning from target to target as you hipfire. It might seem like you could just spray as you slide across, but that really wouldn't work, especially because you have to reload. So transition your aim with your hipfire from target to target. I feel like hipfire with the SMGs is something that not a lot of people do enough of, and if you have good hipfire and you can track opponents well with your hipfire, and like you're comfortable with that sensitivity, that gives you a pretty nice advantage in those close range fights because you're going to be able to focus on the movement of your character more. Whereas like if you're ADS'd with the SMG, you restrict your movement a bit. You're not able to jump, you're not able to strafe as fast. So having good hipfire can give you an edge in some SMG fights up close. The third room is a sniper room. So you come up onto this walkway, we have all the snipers, we have the bow, and there's these little rooms set up where targets are moving back and forth. And then you can also look out on this walkway here and hit some easy snipes on the targets just to basically practice the sniping if you are really uncomfortable with sniping. I think this is pretty easy. The bow is like a bit harder to use at range, so if you want to get better with the bow, which I would definitely advise, I think it's one of the best weapons in the game, this is a good way to practice the bow. As well as the remaining rooms in this course, the bow is a pretty good weapon to have and will give you some good practice with the bow. This next room here is a bunch of bounce pads, and you bounce back and forth and shoot the targets. These targets basically have unlimited health, most of them do at least, so don't really worry about destroying the targets. This is mainly just to practice your tracking aim, because when you bounce on the bounce pads, it like moves your aim. So basically you just want to try to keep your reticle on the targets and just spray. You're not going to hit a lot of the shots just because of the distance and how the inaccuracy of the weapon works. But right here you're mainly just practicing your tracking once again and getting that down. The bow is also a good way. This is a good way to practice the bow because you're moving a lot and you have to actually really understand the drop and the leading of the bow to actually hit these shots consistently. So in this room, I would recommend practicing with the bow or just practicing your tracking and trying to stay on target as much as you can, not really focusing on the damage as much. The next room is to practice shooting ballers. This isn't really how ballers behave, but there's a chest with some impulse grenades in it, and you can impulse the grenades impulse the ballers rather onto the bounce pads. They bounce around, they bounce back and forth, and you could just shoot them as they go. Once again, this is practicing your tracking. There's various weapons that you could use at this point, any of the ARs that you've carried, the bow, the deagle, the SMGs, whatever you want to use. And you just destroy the ballers, they respawn, you can impulse them back into the bounce pad area, and then just keep practicing destroying the ballers as much as you want. The final room is, there's a bunch of zombie spawns, and you just basically do whatever you want here. You can hit the bounce pads to practice tracking while in air. You can build and make windows and then shoot them that way. You can build up and make floors and then jump and shoot your shotgun at them and then place a floor. Whatever you want to do in this area is basically what it's for. You can do a combination of all the things that we've practiced, using the bounce pads, using the bow, whatever gun you want to use. This is meant to be just a free area. And the zombies, if you're in here for a really long time and you kill enough of the zombies, they will despawn the spawner, but there's more spawner spawns back at the front of the room where the guns are. So if you guys do want to spawn more zombies, you can go ahead and do it that way. So that is my first aim course. A lot of people wanted to see an aim course on my previous video, so I tried my best to try to replicate different scenarios that you're actually going to be encountering in game. I was trying to think of a way to replicate like somebody launch padding or somebody gliding, but I just couldn't think of a way to do that. But we tried to practice basic aiming with the first wall, hipfire tracking, sniping, tracking in general throughout the rest of the course, and then also some bow stuff if you guys aren't as experienced with the bow. If you enjoyed this video, like I said, please do remember to drop a like on it. Comment what type of course you would like to see next, because I'm just going to go with whatever course I get the most feedback for. If you guys want to see a building course, an editing course, whatever, I have a lot of different ideas for what I want to do. Also, if you guys want to use code evolve-jake in the item shop, that is much appreciated. Follow me on all social media. It'll be on the screen right now. And thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day.